The Galactic Council's vast assembly hall buzzes with tension as representatives from countless species gather. They're here to discuss an issue unlike any they've faced in centuries. The topic: humanity and the nature of their warships, which have recently become a cause of great concern. Voices murmur, each delegate exchanging theories and suspicions. In the galaxy's long history of warfare, there's been an unspoken balance. Battles are calculated, often involving restraint and adherence to unwritten rules that preserve life and avoid unnecessary destruction. But humanity has introduced a new approach that's quickly disrupted these established norms. The Council's spokesperson, an elder from a wise, ancient species known for mediation and peacekeeping, addresses the assembly with gravity. He outlines the main concerns. Human warships are engineered with lethal precision and carry weapons systems optimized for swift, decisive action. Where other species rely on subtle tactics, negotiation, or long campaigns, humanity's strategy is starkly different. Their ships are built not merely to win battles but to obliterate opposition, sparing no effort in achieving dominance. Their use of overwhelming firepower and adaptability in combat has led to devastating outcomes in every conflict they've entered, leaving other species to wonder if humanity's methods are a threat to the galaxy itself. Recent encounters have left allies and enemies alike shocked. Reports from witnesses describe battles that ended almost as quickly as they began, with human warships unleashing unprecedented levels of firepower. They maneuver with alarming agility, calculated precision, and an apparent disregard for the traditional limitations other species place on warfare. The humans seem to value efficiency above all else, an approach that leads to the swift, uncompromising defeat of their foes. It's become apparent that no species in the galaxy has vessels capable of matching the humans' lethal prowess. Such power, wielded with this level of efficiency, poses an ethical dilemma for the Council, one that questions the very essence of galactic warfare. The Council listens intently to testimonials from those who have fought alongside humans, as well as those who have faced them in combat. Allies speak in awe of humanity's ability to turn the tide of battle single-handedly, while former adversaries warn of the ruthlessness they faced. Human commanders are known for using unorthodox tactics, exploiting every weakness, and refusing to back down. Their ships are equipped with advanced targeting systems and adaptive weaponry that shift according to the opponent's defenses, making them nearly impossible to counter. As these reports pile up, it becomes clear that the humans have redefined what it means to engage in warfare, and this new definition has left the galaxy unbalanced. Amidst the Council's deliberations, voices rise, calling for immediate action. Representatives argue that the humans' warships aren't simply a powerful tool, they're a disruption to the established order. If humanity's combat approach were to spread, it could lead to an arms race, one where restraint is abandoned and conflicts escalate beyond control. The very fabric of intergalactic peace, which relies on mutual respect and cautious diplomacy, is at risk of unraveling. The Council has always upheld a commitment to maintaining harmony, even in times of war, but humanity's presence challenges this ideal. Some argue that humanity's vessels, while undeniably effective, are simply too lethal to exist in the galaxy without destabilizing its balance. After hours of impassioned debate, the Council reaches a consensus. They issue a ban on the use of human warships in galactic conflicts. The decision, they believe, will protect the galaxy from the consequences of humanity's unrestrained approach to warfare. They acknowledge the human strength but conclude that their combat philosophy is incompatible with the Council's ideals. Instead, they propose that humanity restrict their military engagements to smaller vessels, limiting their firepower and scale to fit within the norms of galactic standards. The Council's spokesperson solemnly declares that this decision is in the galaxy's best interest, a measure taken to preserve stability and prevent a potential catastrophe. The declaration sends a ripple through the assembly, a mixture of relief and uncertainty. While some species are satisfied that the humans' power will be curbed, others feel uneasy. They recognize humanity's contributions in defending against shared threats, yet they also fear the unknowns that this ban might introduce. For the first time in centuries, a species has been singled out not only for its power but for its ideology. Humanity's approach to combat, once admired, has now been deemed dangerous. As the meeting concludes, the council members disperse, their decision echoing throughout the galaxy. The ban is unprecedented, a stark reminder of the delicate balance that governs galactic relations. In a single session, humanity has gone from being seen as a valuable ally to a species whose methods are regarded as a threat. The Council believes they've made the right choice, safeguarding the galaxy from the perils of unchecked power. But as they return to their respective territories, a question lingers in the minds of those present. Have they truly resolved the issue, or merely postponed an inevitable reckoning with the lethal potential humanity brings to the galaxy? The Council's decision reverberates across human space, sparking immediate reactions from Earth's leaders and military strategists. News of the ban feels like both an insult and a warning, a decree that humanity's hard-earned advances in military engineering are unwelcome, even feared, by the galaxy at large. In meeting rooms and conference calls across Earth and its colonies, humanity's officials debate the implications. The ban doesn't just target their ships, it targets the core of their strategic philosophy, one that views war as a necessary but final measure, where decisive force is essential to prevent prolonged conflict. Humanity's leadership sees this as a misunderstanding of their approach. Their emphasis on power isn't about aggression for aggression's sake but about ensuring swift, definitive outcomes. They believe that by ending conflicts quickly, they minimize casualties on both sides, a stark contrast to the slow, drawn-out warfare common in the galaxy. Human history has shown the dangers of attritional conflict, where drawn-out battles lead to immense loss and suffering. To them, the Council's view feels naive, as if it ignores the harsh realities of survival. But in their eyes, humanity's way prevents prolonged suffering and chaos by delivering swift, uncompromising results. Military officials are particularly frustrated, feeling that the Council has dismissed their strategic perspective without understanding its logic. They discuss the Council's hypocrisy in needing humans as allies in countless skirmishes but rejecting their methods when those methods achieve results others can't. The officials recognize that their warships are unique, engineered for flexibility and precision. Human vessels are designed not just to withstand damage but to adapt and counter opposing tactics on the fly. The engineers behind these designs have poured decades of experience into creating ships that can end battles before they escalate. To be banned for possessing this capability feels like a betrayal. Public opinion mirrors these frustrations. Across Earth and its colonies, the announcement of the ban ignites a wave of debate among civilians. Some question why humanity should even cooperate with a galaxy that regards their strength with suspicion. Others argue that this ban underscores how little the Council understands about the realities of human resilience and ingenuity. For centuries, humanity has advanced by confronting threats directly, not by avoiding them. People feel that being asked to diminish their capabilities is not just unfair but potentially dangerous, as if they're being forced to pretend weakness in a galaxy where strength often determines survival. Amid these debates, humanity begins to question the real motives behind the Council's decision. Speculation arises that other species fear the humans' rapid rise and the potential shift in power dynamics. Earth's leaders suspect that some alien factions might feel threatened not by humanity's warships alone but by the possibility that humans could soon surpass them in influence. For the first time, humans feel the weight of their power in a galactic context, realizing that their potential has made them both allies and rivals. Yet they are determined to maintain their autonomy and strategic independence, refusing to let this ban define their approach to defense. In response to the Council's decree, humanity contemplates the difficult balance between cooperation and self-reliance. Compliance with the ban could preserve diplomatic ties, ensuring they remain welcome in galactic alliances. On the other hand, reducing their military capabilities might render them vulnerable in a galaxy filled with species who might one day exploit that weakness. The leaders deliberate, knowing that decisions made now will define their future role in the galaxy. There is talk of compromise, perhaps shifting to smaller vessels as the Council has requested, but the idea of entirely abandoning their powerful fleet feels unacceptable to most. After long hours of discussion, humanity's leaders reach a decision. Publicly, they will comply with the Council's directive, refraining from deploying their largest warships. However, in secret, they continue their military research, advancing their fleet's capabilities in preparation for potential threats. They understand that the Council's ban is a political move, one that could shift with the tides of galactic conflict. In the meantime, they resolve to be ready, aware that their power may one day be needed to protect not only humanity but also the Council that currently seeks to contain them. Behind closed doors, military development persists, focusing on innovations that push the boundaries of current technology. Humanity's scientists and engineers work tirelessly, refining systems and testing new strategies. They believe that the galaxy is far from safe and that this ban will not prevent future wars but merely delay them. Knowing they're being watched, humanity opts for discretion, developing cloaked operations that evade scrutiny, ensuring their fleet remains a formidable force, hidden but prepared. The Council's decision does little to dampen humanity's resolve. Instead, it strengthens their commitment to remain self-sufficient, to rely on their own strategies and innovations regardless of external opinions. They refuse to let the decree undermine their defense policies, viewing it as a reminder that their survival depends on their own strength. Among civilians, the ban becomes a point of pride, a symbol of humanity's unique place in the galaxy. People view the Council's judgment as proof that human resilience is unmatched, their technology feared, and their potential understood by only a few. As humanity consolidates its position, they accept that the Council's approval is secondary to their own survival. They are fully aware that while diplomacy has its benefits, it cannot replace the need for robust defenses. For humans, the Council's ban has highlighted an uncomfortable truth. They are different, a species that doesn't fit neatly into the galactic order. Yet, rather than conform, they choose to embrace their uniqueness, cultivating their strengths in secret, preparing for whatever challenges may arise. The decision to uphold their military prowess, even covertly, is one they make with conviction. They recognize that this path may lead to future tensions with the Council, but they are ready to face the consequences. Humanity understands now that while alliances are valuable, true security lies in their ability to defend themselves without compromise. The Council's ban becomes more than a ruling, it's a catalyst, a moment that galvanizes humanity's commitment to its own values, solidifying their resolve to stand as a force that, though unacknowledged, remains a vital part of the galaxy's balance. The ban on human warships, intended to bring stability, ironically leaves the galaxy vulnerable when an unforeseen threat emerges. Reports arrive of a powerful, relentless alien species known as the Void Reavers sweeping across neighboring systems. Unlike any known enemy, the Reavers operate with chilling efficiency, consuming planets and annihilating any resistance. They strike without warning, each attack more devastating than the last, and soon, fear spreads as entire civilizations realize they are facing a foe unlike any before. The Reavers lack mercy, diplomacy, or any semblance of negotiation, advancing without hesitation through heavily defended sectors. The Galactic Council, forced to address the crisis, quickly mobilizes its forces, deploying fleets from various allied species. But despite their combined efforts, the Council's forces find themselves outmatched. The Reavers possess technology that outstrips anything the galaxy has encountered, weaponry that neutralizes conventional defenses and tactics that leave even the most advanced ships in ruins. Their ships are armored with materials resistant to energy-based weapons, and they deploy advanced AI systems capable of predicting enemy maneuvers. Every strategy the Council attempts is met with ruthless counterattacks, and the casualty lists grow with each failed engagement. As panic rises, the Council calls for emergency sessions, desperately brainstorming solutions. Commanders report the futility of engaging the Reavers with traditional tactics, admitting that their fleets are being decimated. The Reavers' rapid adaptability in battle and relentless assault strategies create a deadly cycle. Each encounter leaves Council fleets crippled, while the Reavers emerge with minimal losses. Defeat after defeat, the Council members are forced to confront an uncomfortable truth. Their methods and technology are insufficient. The war, they realize, is escalating beyond their control, and they're losing territory faster than they can respond. With desperation mounting, discussions turn to humanity and the warships the Council had recently banned. Memories of the humans' swift, decisive combat methods and unmatched firepower now resurface, casting their previous ban in a new light. The very capabilities they once deemed too lethal suddenly seem like the only effective answer to the Reavers' unstoppable force. The Council's initial concerns about humanity's military philosophy are now secondary to their need for survival. Representatives reluctantly suggest reconsidering their stance, weighing the risks of lifting the ban against the certainty of defeat without human intervention. In an urgent vote, the Council reverses its decision, unanimously agreeing to request humanity's aid. Messages are sent to Earth, the Council humbly appealing for assistance. They acknowledge humanity's unique strengths and formally request the deployment of the very warships they had so recently forbidden. The request is accompanied by messages from Council leaders admitting the severity of the threat and openly stating their need for humanity's power. For the first time, they defer to humanity's military judgment, placing their hopes in the ships they once feared. Earth's leaders receive the request with cautious consideration. Though aware of the threat the Reavers pose, they remain wary of the Council's sudden reversal and the risks involved. However, as reports detailing the Reavers' methods and attacks circulate, the severity of the crisis becomes undeniable. Humanity recognizes the danger that the Reavers present not only to the Council but to the galaxy as a whole, including Earth and its colonies. Reluctantly, Earth's leaders reach a decision: they will intervene, deploying their fleet in defense of the galaxy. Humanity's response to the Council is straightforward. They will deploy their warships and take command of the operation, their commanders retaining full authority over their vessels and tactics. The Council agrees without hesitation, recognizing that they have little choice. They defer completely, entrusting humanity's fleet to operate as they see fit. In a matter of hours, humanity mobilizes, preparing for battle with a resolve born of both duty and caution. Crews are briefed on the Reaver threat, weapons are optimized, and tactical plans are refined to ensure maximum impact against an enemy whose strength is still not fully understood. With preparations complete, humanity's warships jump into hyperspace, moving swiftly toward the battlegrounds where the Council's forces have been outmaneuvered and outgunned. The fleet is composed of vessels designed for power and precision, armed with the latest in human technology, and equipped with systems specifically built for adaptability in high-stakes combat. As they approach their destination, every crew member is keenly aware of the role they're about to play, a force that stands as the galaxy's last line of defense. The Council awaits humanity's arrival with a mixture of hope and trepidation, uncertain but hopeful that these forbidden warships will be the turning point in a seemingly unwinnable war. Humanity has agreed to stand with them, and the galaxy now holds its breath, waiting to see if the ships once feared as too lethal will indeed be powerful enough to repel the darkness closing in. The stakes are higher than ever, and the entire galaxy watches, knowing that their survival may rest on humanity's shoulders. Humanity's fleet arrives at the war front, emerging from hyperspace with a precision and force that commands immediate attention. Alien allies on the ground watch in awe as the massive warships settle into formation, their imposing silhouettes dwarfing the remnants of the Council's decimated forces. The human vessels, sleek and dark, are engineered to move with an eerie, unhesitating grace. Every inch of their hulls, every weapon mounted, is designed for one purpose: delivering overwhelming firepower in a calculated, relentless assault. The sight alone shifts the morale of the Allies, giving them a renewed sense of hope they hadn't felt since the Reaver attacks began. As the Void Reavers detect the new arrivals, they shift focus, deploying their ships in response to the unfamiliar configuration of humanity's fleet. The Reavers, known for their devastating adaptability, attempt to outmaneuver the humans, anticipating a conventional attack. But humanity's tactics unfold differently from any the Reavers have encountered. The human fleet doesn't hesitate, it advances immediately, coordinated and synchronized in a strategy that maximizes impact while minimizing time and exposure. Their ships close the distance with surprising speed, ignoring the defensive maneuvers that other Council species often rely on. The first strike is decisive. Human warships unleash a barrage of concentrated energy, their weapons calibrated specifically to penetrate the advanced armor of the Reaver vessels. The Reavers, accustomed to overwhelming their enemies through sheer force, find themselves under a type of firepower that dissects their formations with brutal precision. Advanced targeting systems analyze enemy positions in real time, redirecting fire to exploit every detected weakness. Unlike the scattered tactics of the Council's forces, humanity's approach is clinical, each ship working in concert to dismantle the Reaver fleet with a combination of calculated aggression and efficiency. The battle unfolds swiftly. Humanity's ships adapt fluidly to the Reaver's countermeasures, shifting positions, recalibrating weapons, and executing evasive maneuvers with a level of control that leaves the Reavers visibly unsettled. The Reaver commanders attempt various strategies to break through the human formations, deploying drones, launching surprise attacks from multiple angles, but each maneuver is met with an immediate and overwhelming response. Humanity's fleet anticipates their every move, using predictive algorithms and combat AI to counter even the most unexpected tactics. The Reaver's advantage in overwhelming numbers is nullified by the humans' superior coordination and unmatched response time. Alien allies observe from a distance, their disbelief growing as the Reaver ships fall one by one. They had underestimated humanity's warships, their combat abilities far exceeding what anyone in the Council had imagined. The humans' efficiency in battle reveals why their ships were considered too lethal for standard engagements. They don't just fight, they dominate, ensuring that every action cripples the enemy's capacity to retaliate. The Reavers, unaccustomed to such relentless and intelligent resistance, begin to falter, their formations breaking under the pressure of humanity's coordinated assault. The human commanders maintain absolute control over the battlefield, directing their ships with an expertise born of centuries of tactical evolution. Unlike the drawn-out conflicts typical in galactic wars, humanity's approach emphasizes swift, decisive engagement. Each ship is positioned with calculated intent, covering blind spots, protecting vulnerable angles, and reinforcing critical points. This battle is not just a show of brute force, it's a demonstration of humanity's philosophy, victory through precision, with no room for unnecessary losses or delays. Their ships respond to threats instantaneously, almost as if they are an extension of their commander's will. As the battle progresses, the Reavers struggle to regain control. Their formidable adaptability, once thought unstoppable, is thwarted by the humans' relentless adaptability and strategy. The human ships make use of specialized weaponry that shifts frequency and output to breach the Reavers' defenses, overwhelming shields, and rendering their armor ineffective. Every second that passes reinforces humanity's dominance, and for the first time, the Reavers experience the very fear they had instilled in countless civilizations. The psychological impact on the Reaver forces becomes evident as their attacks grow erratic, their once disciplined formations unraveling under the pressure. With each passing moment, the tide shifts further in humanity's favor. What began as a cautious, calculated battle transforms into a complete rout, with human ships pressing the advantage, driving the Reavers back, and preventing any attempt at regrouping. Human commanders, recognizing the opportunity to decisively end the threat, unleash a final, coordinated offensive. The precision of their assault leaves no room for retreat or recovery. Every surviving Reaver's ship is targeted and eliminated with unyielding efficiency, a testament to humanity's resolve to leave no threat unaddressed. The battlefield falls silent as the last Reaver vessel is destroyed. Alien allies, stunned and speechless, witness the aftermath, a galaxy that has been defended not by diplomatic compromise or cautious resistance, but by a force that faced down an enemy and eradicated it with purpose. The human fleet stands intact, victorious, their ships bearing little more than superficial damage. The Council's forces, which had been decimated in prior battles, now see the reality of human warships. They were not only built for war but designed to ensure that war ends swiftly, decisively, and completely. Humanity's presence on the battlefield leaves an indelible impression on every species that observed it. The victory over the Void Reaver stands as a clear demonstration of the humans' place in the galaxy, not as reckless aggressors but as a force capable of confronting and defeating even the most overwhelming threats. In a single, monumental engagement, humanity has transformed its reputation, proving the necessity of their warships and the value of their distinct approach to combat. The Allies understand now what too lethal truly means, and why, in this case, It was exactly what the galaxy needed. The battle's aftermath leaves a profound silence across the Galactic Assembly. For the first time, the Council members find themselves reckoning with humanity's power on a level they had never anticipated. The destruction of the Void Reavers is absolute. Humanity's warships have left no trace of their threat, neutralizing what countless other species had failed to contain. Council leaders gather once more, each representative reflecting on the events they witnessed. Humanity's swift, unyielding response, once feared as excessive, now stands as the sole reason for the galaxy's survival. It's a moment of both respect and humility, as the Council realizes that their initial judgment had underestimated the value of humanity's unique strength. In a formal session, the Council deliberates on how to proceed. The decision to ban humanity's warships now seems short-sighted, even foolish, in light of the Reaver crisis. They acknowledge that while the galaxy has long operated on principles of restraint, diplomacy, and controlled warfare, humanity's approach to conflict represents an undeniable reality. In certain moments, survival requires decisive action, a willingness to confront threats without hesitation or compromise. Humanity's intervention demonstrated that power, used responsibly, can be a necessary force for stability in a galaxy where existential threats continue to emerge. The Council unanimously decides to lift the ban on human warships, recognizing that their role extends beyond conventional combat standards. Humanity's presence is no longer merely tolerated but viewed as essential to galactic defense. They formally express their gratitude, commending humanity's courage, adaptability, and the effectiveness that saved countless civilizations from annihilation. For the first time in the Council's history, they offer humans a new position within their ranks, one that acknowledges humanity's tactical expertise and positions them as protectors rather than disruptors. Back on Earth, humanity receives the news with a mix of pride and caution. The victory over the Reavers is a testament to their resilience, a confirmation of their decision to preserve their military strength despite the ban. Yet the lifting of the restriction also brings a new awareness of responsibility. Leaders and citizens alike reflect on what this role entails. Humanity has entered a complex relationship with the galaxy, recognized as a power that can shift the balance when needed. There is pride, but also a shared understanding that this new status comes with expectations and challenges they must now navigate carefully. Military leaders on Earth prepare for the implications of this newfound position. They understand that humanity's warships, once hidden, are now on full display, a fact that places them at the center of galactic scrutiny. It's a recognition that brings both influence and exposure, and one that will likely draw attention from other factions who may not welcome humanity's elevated status. As they celebrate the victory, they remain vigilant, aware that other threats may now view humanity as both a target and a rival. The victory has secured them respect, but it has also cemented their place in the galaxy as a force that others may seek to challenge. Public opinion within humanity evolves as well. Civilians view the lifting of the ban as a vindication, proof that their approach to warfare is not only effective but sometimes essential. People feel a renewed sense of unity, an acknowledgement that they belong to a species capable of defending not just themselves but their allies. For many, the Council's recognition feels like validation, a confirmation that their sacrifices and advancements have meaning beyond Earth. However, there is also an awareness of the responsibility this entails. The galaxy has recognized humanity as a critical protector, and with that comes the challenge of balancing strength with restraint. As humanity solidifies its role within the galactic community, discussions emerge around the ethics of their power. Earth's leaders initiate policies aimed at ensuring that their military advancements are used judiciously. They develop frameworks for intervention, understanding that their power must be balanced with principles of respect for other species and cultures. While humanity's warships will remain a formidable force, there is a clear commitment to using their strength wisely, to maintain peace rather than provoke conflict. Leaders seek to build trust, recognizing that respect is earned not only through victory but through responsibility. In a gesture of goodwill, humanity offers to share some of its defense strategies with allied species, demonstrating that their role is one of collaboration rather than dominance. They invite delegates to observe and learn, showcasing the philosophy that underpins their approach to warfare. They explain that their methods are not merely about destruction but about preserving stability and ensuring swift, decisive ends to conflicts that could otherwise spiral into prolonged suffering. Humanity's leaders emphasize that their power exists to serve a larger purpose, a stable galaxy where all species have the opportunity to thrive. The Council's formal recognition is a turning point in humanity's interstellar journey. No longer outsiders or mere participants, they are now acknowledged as protectors, trusted allies whose presence brings security to a galaxy that has seen its share of instability. The fear that once accompanied humanity's advancements has evolved into a respect grounded in shared survival. Other species, once wary of human power, now see their warships as symbols of a formidable but controlled force, one that brings peace through strength. Humanity's unique position becomes a stabilizing factor, a force that deters aggression simply by existing. In the closing stages, the galaxy returns to a fragile peace, its citizens reflecting on the lesson learned from the Reaver threat. Humanity's warships, once deemed too lethal, have shown the value of preparedness and the importance of embracing strength with responsibility. Earth's leaders, mindful of the power they wield, commit to a path that honors both their values and the trust placed in them by the Council. For humanity, this journey has been transformative, solidifying their role as both a protector and a reminder that sometimes, peace demands strength. As they look to the future, humanity embraces its new place among the stars, prepared for whatever challenges lie ahead. They know their power is respected, their presence valued, and their commitment to peace unwavering. In the vast, unpredictable galaxy, humanity stands ready, aware that their journey is far from over and that they are now an indelible part of the balance that holds the universe together.